Hello, everyone. This is Jax here with Nomadic Wonders and Shalom Temple Journey. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Linda from Made Down on Woodridge Farm. She's actually one of our top sponsors for the Sustain Me event in March 18th through the 22nd at the Trine Equestrian Center. And I wanted to introduce you to her to you guys and get to know her and her products and what she's all about and why did and the reasons why she chose to go ahead and sponsor us. So welcome, Linda. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for chatting with me today.
So tell me a little bit about your farm. Just getting to know you a little bit beforehand. You were telling me about your equestrian center, and you were also mentioning some products that you carry. And I was just a little curious what the name Made Down on Woodridge Farm meant. So can you tell me a
Yeah,
little bit about that?
it's a mouthful. It is. So Woodridge Farm is the name of our equestrian center. We've had this equestrian center since 1996. And so that's how the name is. We make all of our products on the farm. We no longer, I'm kind of retired from the equestrian part of it, but it's still a farm. We still have the horses and we make everything in small batches on that farm in central
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
that's great. And what are some of the products that you actually make?
Well, I just happen to have this beside me. This is kind of what we've become internationally known for. It's our wild yam comfort cream. You'll hear Barbara talk about it as the comfort, and she always says two little pumps. She loves our little pump top. So, the wild yam comfort cream. We have all kinds of holistic products. We have tooth powders. We have magnesium cream. We have different herbal teas and tinctures and things like that. So, and like the normal body butters and shampoo bars, we just try to offer alternatives,
Mhm.
alternative products that have really good clean ingredients.
And will some of these products be there at the event Sustain Me?
Absolutely. Myself
Awesome.
and my manager, Karen,
Oh,
and
great.
one of my team members, Lorraine, we're all driving down with our little caravan of products. And then Justin, he's in South Carolina. He's going to drive up. He's one of my employees too. So we're all going to meet there with all of our goodies and get to meet all of you.
Awesome. And you're staying right at that Trine Equestrian Center, or are you
No, we couldn't. It's
staying?
not far though. We got a little Airbnb.
Perfect.
It's yeah, just like 3 minutes from there. So yeah,
Oh, perfect. That's going to be
yeah,
lovely. It's like we're going
we're
to make a
excited
whole
for
week
it.
out of it, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
And tell me a little bit about how did you get to know Barbara O'Neill?
Well, it's really kind of a neat story. Now I'm going blank. She calls it a God appointment.
Mm.
Because this is how it happened. So I can see it as clear as day. My Karen, my assistant, and I went to a seminar of Barbara's in New York State at Sprague Brook Park. And on day two, she has her hormone lecture. Generally, it's kind of changed a little bit now. But we were sitting in the front row, and a lot of people know about Anna's wild yam cream, which Barbara has talked about a
Yes,
really long time.
for a long
And
time.
yeah, it's like 20 some years. And she said, it was at the end of this lecture of the hormones. She said, we really need an entrepreneur to step up because there's so many women and men out there that need this product, but they can't get it just because of the scarcity. And I looked at Karen and I said, Karen, she just said what I think she just said, didn't she? And the lecture was almost over,
Yeah.
and I did not feel my feet hit the floor. Like I was standing in front of Barbara, and I said, Barbara, I have a wild yam cream. It's all natural. She said, let me take my earpiece off. And so then we had a conversation, and we told her about it, and she said, I would love to endorse your product. So what a
Amazing.
blessing. A divine appointment. That's what she
That
called. Finally.
I know I love her little sayings, divine appointments. I remember one time she said, Jax, the Father will equip those he ordains. Yeah, I'm like, I'll take that. You know, that's amazing. I'm so happy that you had that divine appointment with
Oh,
Barbara. We are so excited to see her again. It's going to be, well, I actually saw you. I don't know that you ever saw me because I was kind of in the background
okay.
um, in Denton,
Oh,
North
okay.
Carolina last year. I kind of saw you like in the background. I didn't know who you were, but I would have said hi if,
Oh yeah. Oh my
but
gosh. We had such a good time down there.
Yeah, so I did see your table and your yam cream there, and it was good times, good times. So tell me a little bit about when you saw my event. What made you want to sponsor us?
Well, I love North Carolina. My dad's from North Carolina. We've got a lot of family down there. So I was looking over Barbara's events. I was talking to Jacqueline, that's her event manager.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about different dates. And we want to go. Last year, we started traveling with Barbara a little bit to the events because people want the things she's talking about. Her daughter travels with her and they have their books and all of that. So last year we started traveling with her. We went to London actually, and our yam cream was over there. We had that over there. So this year in 2025, we decided we want to do some more of these events with Barbara's, and yours was the first one we picked. I looked at the venue, Equestrian Center. So
Yeah.
of course that drew me in. I've actually been there before with our pony club.
Yeah.
And I just thought it a great opportunity. You all look like you're so organized, and I want to support all of you. And it was just, my staff is so excited about it, my team. So everything that you're offering, all the speakers, I just think it's wonderful. And we are so blessed and humbled to be a part of it.
That's amazing. Yeah, when I actually going back to the venue, finding the venue, I got a couple of no's before I found the yes. And I had no idea. And the way it came about was um, I had originally was going to be at a college, and I'm like,
Okay.
oh, perfect. It's going to be lecture-like style. And the father said, no, that's not where you're having it. It was, we were going forward, and then it's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, where, and I'm sitting there looking at my mountains outside, and then I hear horses in the background, like, 'cause there's
Oh, wow.
horses and there's a barn way yonder. And I'm like, horses. And I'm like, oh, Mike always talks about the equestrian center. So I Googled equestrian center events, and boom, boom, it opened up, and they do events. I, called them up. They said yes, and there we are. Who knew? It's only 30 minutes away from me. So that
Okay.
was an amazing, again, one of those, you know,
Meant to be.
divine,
Yep.
a divine intervention, or divine,
Yeah.
like a steering, right? No college, and yes, equestrian center. And it's cute because I don't know why she would say this, but I asked Barbara, I said, Barbara, do you like horses? She's like, from afar. I'm like, oh,
That sounds like her. Yeah. That
from
sounds like
afar. But I'm like, was it allergies? I don't know, So I'm like, no worries. You will see it from afar. No horses will be around. But it was cute because I'm excited to have her here. I was gonna have her tour my property as well. And it's been a long making for her to come join us in this part of North Carolina. Um, so can you tell me a little bit more about your actual farm? Do you guys grow your herbs there? Do you outsource this? What are some of the raw ingredients that you use for your products?
Yeah, so when we first started, I had a little herb garden, but like as soon as Barbara touches people's lives and their lives just explode sometimes because
Mm,
for many different reasons. And again, we're grateful for her trusting us. But no, we source. I have organic. All of our herbs we use are organic. There's no way we could grow
right.
as many herbs as we use. Like the wild yam cream. The comfort cream has three different herbs. It has the chaseberry, the wild yam, of course, and then it has the marshmallow root for some lymphatic support.
Mhm.
But no. No, and so another little thing about our business, it just started in our farm kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, it actually started during the pandemic. I just
Oh.
wanted to empower people. I saw everybody afraid about the breathing issues, so I made the herbal teas that help
Mhm.
with respiratory problems, and kind of word of mouth spread, and we just started making soaps, and yeah. So, but everything is made there, on our farm.
That's beautiful. And yeah, and going back to Barbara touching people's lives and then
Mm.
exploding. So I told Barbara, like, hey, Barbara, did you know I had to open up a nonprofit for this event? So
Wow.
we are a nonprofit. Shalom Temple Journey is a 501(c)(3 now. So in the way that it just got propelled forward super fast, normally it takes about 6 months. And then here I am, I'm like, perfect, because now it allows me to put out, more events like this and get the message out to, our communities
Absolutely.
and we have other people coming from all different states, which is I thought was wonderful.
Oh, yes. I'm just in awe sometimes of how things happen. You put your faith in God and like
Yes.
he'll make a way.
Exactly. And I think right now it's a big lesson for a lot of people with surrendering and leaning in
Absolutely.
faith, right? Because I think so many
Absolutely.
times we want to do it ourselves, control it. And we can't. Sometimes it's like we believe you, Father, we do, but what if I
But
just do this thing? Nope.
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And it's like
yes.
you plant the seeds and then you want to kind of uncover the seeds to see what's happening. So right now it's been a big test of faith for me here. And I'm sure with you and your home, Thomas, tell me about the home story you kind of shared with me before the recording started.
Yeah. And this is kind of, it's God's hand. It just kind of gives me I'll try not to tear up. I get emotional about this. So we had a 200-year-old farmhouse, which we absolutely loved. And we built an addition on because our business had grown so large. We built actually a couple different buildings, but one was attached directly to the farmhouse. When I was in St. Paul with Emma, Barbara's daughter, supporting her event there she was doing for her mom, Barbara, I got a phone call that our house had been hit by fire or had hit by light. Our house had been hit by lightning, excuse me. My husband went, I'll never forget his voice. And so we ended up losing our home. We didn't lose all the contents, but the new business was not touched,
Mm,
not water. You couldn't even smell smoke in that business. Like
wow.
God had his hand over that business. Um, so we were still able to carry on. We are
Mhm,
in the process of building a new home,
mhm,
and we are continuing to build on our farm because that's where I want to be. I
mhm.
want to be there on our farm making these products for everybody. But that's a little bit of our story. So
Wow, that's amazing. And now it's like restoration happening with your story.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
And it's amazing how that actually transpired when you were at an event, a Barbara O'Neill's event.
And let me tell you just a little bit about that. I
Okay.
was actually with Jacqueline Bourne, who is Barbara O'Neill's event coordinator and a friend of mine. When I got the news, guess what she started saying? As
What?
soon as the news, she's like, let's pray. Let's pray. So
That's all we
I,
can do.
yeah, so that's all we can do. Sorry about the puppy barking in the background,
Okay.
but I was with the people I needed to be with to get me through that.
Yeah.
So we came out, Jacqueline told them what happened, and
Yeah.
they just gathered around me.
Oh,
So beautiful.
it
So,
is beautiful.
but I had the perspective, well, God has a plan. He has a plan.
That's
Yep,
right.
it's sad. People, I would tell them that our house burned and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, thank you so much, but it's okay. We're building a beautiful new house. God has a plan for us, so it's all good.
That's right. And it's interesting because one of our other top sponsors is Selena from Celtic Sea Salt.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I love what she says sometimes. She says, things don't happen to us, they happen for us, And I'm like, oh, I'll take that and I'll remember that. Things happen for us for whatever reason. And perhaps
Yes.
this was going to propel you forward in your business. So that's excellent. Um, did you have a health journey at all that kind of brought you into? I know you talked about COVID-19 earlier,
Yeah.
before the recording and how you came into this business around COVID-19 time. That era that it's just like we lost 4 years. I don't know what happened. We like quantum leaped forward. But
Yeah.
was there before then, were you in a health journey or any kind of restoration journey for your temple?
Well, I'm a huge animal fan.
Okay.
So I was a veterinary technician for 28 years.
Okay.
That was huge to me. So healing. And I would always, treat my own animals with different herbs, the horses, the dogs, the cats, the chickens. And it was a part of my everyday life. So um that's how it just kind of evolved. And during that pandemic time, I had more time in my hands, like so many people did.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, it was a path that God opened up. I never even like thought about having this kind of business. Um, when the wild yam cream happened, that's kind of what we're known for because I heard Barbara talking about it.
That's right.
And I'm currently 40 or 58. I'm going to be 59 here in March. And, this was not too long ago, but I'm like, I don't have any hormone issues. I started making the cream and I started using it. And then I just kind of realized, well, yes, I'm getting better sleep now and my knees aren't hurting me any longer. Wild yam can help with like,
Yeah.
discomfort and things like that. So no, I'm just always like watching and I love my animals. I love taking care of my husband and my family. So that's kind of how it all started.
Interesting. Have you ever worked with horses and like emotion therapy or anything with along that line?
Absolutely. Yep. I've worked with different therapy groups. Yeah, horses. And we actually had some therapy sessions at our house. It was really quite unique. One time we came in and just briefly, a whole
Yeah.
bunch of us were sitting in seats in the middle of our indoor riding arena, and we let a couple of the horses in that I knew were just very gentle and calm. And it
Yeah.
was just neat to watch them interact with us. And horses are they're just amazing to me. They are so in tune to us in body language. So
Wow.
yeah, there's a lot of people doing really amazing things out there with horses, helping veterans and all kinds of people that need some additional support. So I think it's amazing.
Wow. So I'm so excited then that the connection between the Equestrian Center, our venue, and then your history with horses, it just kind of blended in and, kind of
Absolutely.
triggered the fires. Like, yes, I want to get behind this amazing event, which is
Yes.
again at the Equestrian Center in North Carolina, March 18th to the 22nd. And
Yeah.
Linda will be there. So come say hi to
Oh,
Linda, come say hi to me. And if you did buy a VIP ticket, a pre-sale ticket, you're going to have the opportunity to get a picture op and a book signing with Barbara O'Neill. And
awesome.
another thing I wanted to remind you guys is there we are having an opportunity to have dinner to honor Barbara at this event. Now you do have to have a ticket, a week I can't talk week pass ticket or a day pass ticket in order to join us for that event. But just letting you out there, all know that we are having dinner with Barbara. Okay. So, Linda, thank you so much for sharing your story. I am so excited to have you be part of our sponsorship. I mean, I'm so excited that you're part of the tribe. It's like a tribe now. So, I am so excited to have you. And thank you so much for supporting us. And also know that your support goes towards the relief of the hurricane, that those areas that got
Ah,
devastated from Helene in North Carolina. We are actually donating some of the proceeds from our nonprofit back to that
wonderful.
cause. And we're working with, I believe, Good Samaritan's Purse, and then
Yes.
there's another, the Billy, if you're watching this, I'm still trying to remember your nonprofit. But it's Billy Bond from Perma Pastures. They have their nonprofit. Go look them up on YouTube, okay? But we're also partnering up with them because they're cleaning up the soil and the water. And that I
Wow.
felt that was really important. Not only just providing resources and housing and shelters and all that, but also making sure that if you're going to live there, that you're going to have clean water, clean soil, and doing it naturally, which is why I was excited about Billy's approach. Well,
Wow.
guys, thank you so much. Again, Miss Linda, thank you so much. And I will see you all in North Carolina in March.
We're so
Oh,
excited to be with you all. Bye-bye. Thank you.
bye.